Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. So what do we have in the box? I guess you already know because of the thumbnail. So without further ado, let's go ahead and unbox this amazing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Countercade. Before I continue guys, I also did the unboxing on the Street Fighter 2 Countercade cabinet, which was a great cabinet as well. So please go ahead and watch that as well. I'll leave a header on the top right there so you can click on it. Anyway, let's continue. So it does have this shrink wrap on it, which I'm going to take off, and then we're going to have a look at the actual box art itself. I really do like the effort that they put into the actual boxes themselves. Unfortunately, I don't actually store the boxes. I do actually have to get rid of them, but that's a shame. But at least it's here on the recording, you guys can see it, and if I ever need to go back to refer back to it, it's always there. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right into it and start unboxing this Countercade and let's see what's inside the box. So the first thing that I can see is the actual instruction manual. Nice. I don't really actually open it, but yeah, a power cable, and this is what it looks like sitting in the actual box itself on my desk. Then let's go around and have a look at the art. I do love the actual art on these cabinets as well. It's really nice and it does pop. So I'm guessing, well, more than likely it's going to be the same on both sides, but we'll have a look anyway. It's really nice art. It's like the old school artwork that used to be on the old school cabinets way back in the days, and it just looks really nice in this small compact form. This is the back of the actual cabinet, so nothing spectacular going on here, just your little cable to put your actual power cable on, and it's ready to go. So let's take off this sticky stuff. This is horrible because it doesn't come off properly, but I will take it off properly after. But for the sake of this video, I'll just take it off as much as I can. As long as it's not on the screen, it's fine. And then you've also got it on the artwork here, which is horrible because it is embedded into the actual screws. So you have to actually unscrew the whole cabinet, which I did on my last video, and take the plastic out. But I'm not going to do that right now because it is kind of a long process and I don't really want to be wasting any of your guys' time. So yeah, I'll do that after. And you know, it does bother me because the plastic does stick up and stuff, but we'll get rid of it. So now that all the plastic is off, let's go ahead and actually check out the stick and the buttons. Now the stick on this is going to be fine, but the buttons I'm not a fan of. As you know, that I don't like these buttons. If you watched my last video, you'll know why. Anyway, so you got a couple of games on here. You've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and also Turtles in Time. So let's start off with the first game and check it out. I do remember playing this a lot as a child and I really did enjoy it. I used to have a friend, we used to play together as well. I think this is out on the SNES. I think it's the same one. I can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but it was a very, very long time ago. And I do believe also that this actual game is on the Cowabunga collection for the Nintendo Switch. I haven't actually opened that game, so I really need to check that game out as well at some point. So do bear that in mind and I will be making a video on that. Anyway, let's proceed. So far, I do like the stick. The stick feels fine. The buttons, I really don't like these buttons, so I will be changing these buttons out. I'll be modding the other one as well, the Street Fighter cabinet, but I'll definitely be modding this one as well. Might as well do them both and make a video and stick it on here so you guys can see the modded versions as well. So this is just a quick overview on this Countercade. I'll do a more in-depth review once I've actually changed the buttons because I don't like the experience straight out the box. It's just the way it is. I do love the screen though, guys. The screen is really nice and crisp. You can view it from all angles. The sound itself is very good. I know they're down-firing speakers, but they do get very, very loud, and they are really good speakers. The overall build quality of the actual Countercade itself is really well built. They've used really good materials, I can't lie, aside from the buttons. I know I've mentioned that a few times, but those buttons are horrendous. They've definitely got to be swapped out. The only gripe that I have with all of these Countercade cabinets is that they don't have a USB support for a controller. Now if they had that, or even Bluetooth support for a second controller, these would be awesome. For that reason alone, they're only one-player cabinets. And that's a real downside to these cabinets. It's just like for yourself, when you've got a bit of spare time, you can have a little bash on them. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's try Turtles in Time. This is a game that I used to play a lot as well in the arcades. This is one that I'm more familiar with compared to the other one. I don't really remember playing that one so much, but I do remember playing it on the SNES if it is the same one. But anyway, I might be wrong. But this one I do remember playing. This one was at the arcades as well. I saw it a few times.
Hey, Krang! Bring that statue back, you bloated beanbag!
I think it's also worth mentioning that the actual volume itself, even when you're putting it up and down, it does go up in nice increments, so there's not like an off balance like with the PlayStation Portal. When you've got it on the lowest setting, it's still very loud. That doesn't happen here, so you get a nice contrast between low volume and high volume, which is really good. I love the Turtles franchise, from the cartoons to the games to the action figures. Even at this age, I do love me some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just do. I love the comic that I've recently read, The Last Ronin. I'm going to make a video on that, so that's up and coming. I've also sourced a game, a Turtles game that is really good, that I think has gone under the radar, so I'll be making a video on that as well, guys. So stay tuned for that one. And that was brought to my attention by a buddy of mine on YouTube, so I'll be showing you his channel as well, because his channel is epic. Anyway, so yeah, back to the game. I'm really enjoying this game. I'm really enjoying the cabinet. I do like it. It is one that's going to stay on my desk somewhere, and I'm definitely going to play this when I get the spare time. Again, I can't stress it enough, the screen itself is really nice, the viewing angles are really good, really comfortable to play on. I know it looks a little bit small and tinny and stuff, but actually I've got medium sized hands, so it's fine for myself. I do like the button placement as well, and everything else is fine. Just gotta swap out these buttons, gotta mention it again. By the way, guys, I ordered this from a place called Cool Shop, and it was shipped to me from Denmark. Took about 10 days, $180 all in, including shipping and stuff. I do feel a little bit shortchanged with this cabinet, I'm not going to lie. And the reason being is I'm sure they could have stuck a few more games on there. It would have been nice to have at least 4 or 5 games, just like the Street Fighter cabinet. But aside from that, I'm guessing it's okay. I mean, it is worth the price still. You can actually mod these as well. I might actually do that in the future, I don't know. With all the stuff that's going on with emulation and stuff these days, I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll see. We'll come to that bridge when it's time to cross it. I'm getting a little bit carried away here. I'm having too much fun, guys. I should really proceed with the video, but I really do want to see the boss, and I do want to try and beat the boss if I can. But yeah, I mean, like I said, once you get onto one of these cabinets and you've got some time to kill, you're definitely going to stay in it for quite a long time. I was playing the Street Fighter cabinet the other day. I started off with World Warrior, I completed it, believe it or not. And then about 2 hours later, I had a bit more time on my hands, I had to wait for something. So I thought to myself, you know what, we'll fire up Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. Ended up spending about an hour on that, played it with Ryu, played it with Ken. Almost completed it with Chun-Li, had to leave. But again, like I said, these are a ton of fun. If they're at your desktop and they're at your fingertips, you are going to play them. It's not something that you're going to put on the sideline and you're just going to forget about. Not for myself anyway. If it's on my desk, I'll definitely play it. Now, I've got so many other devices I can go to, like the Portal, the Steam Deck, the Mario Mini, and so many countless handhelds, including the 3DS and the DS. But I just have so much fun. It's just a total different experience when you've got a little arcade stick and a cabinet sitting in your desk. Just a great experience. So that, my friend, is coming to a closure. I do totally recommend this if you're into Turtles and you do like Turtles. This is something that you're really going to enjoy and have a ton of fun on. And it's just something that's really well built, like I mentioned earlier. It's got a really good sound system, a really good screen, good quality stick. I'd say the stick is better on this one compared to the actual Street Fighter cabinet, even though I'm guessing they're both the same, but this one just feels a little bit more tactile for some reason, and I'm guessing that's because this is just like a side-scrolling game. You don't need to put any diagonal inputs or anything like that. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay safe, guys, and peace.